Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Javiation back with you with another full flight video. We're back in Prep R3D as you can tell. Today we are flying the Airbus A330-300 CEO. As you may know, Aerosoft initially planned to release their Airbus A330 CEO into Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, but they decided against it. And instead, we have to wait all the way until Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 comes around before we can get our hands on that. So that is why we are back in Prep R3D flying the Airbus A330 that's also made by Aerosoft. It is a high fidelity product, which is why I bothered to return to this older flight sim in order to fly it. Sadly, Microsoft Flight Sim does not yet have a high fidelity Airbus A330 CEO that I can fly, though we do have a high fidelity Airbus A330neo. Anyway, we are here at Manila tonight, in the Philippine Airlines Airbus A330, and we will be flying to Sydney, Australia. It is nighttime right now and our flight will take us, let's check it out. Our flight will take us around 7.5 hours. We'll be cruising initially at the flight level of 350 and our final cruising altitude will be flight level 390. So we will be step climbing along the way. We'll be carrying quite a bit of fuel today. 49,664 kilograms, so around 50 tons. Right now we are refueling and boarding passengers and cargo. Our overhead panel is set up. So let's go ahead and set up our MCDU and file our flight plan. Fetch our flight plan here. Fill in our flight number, which is Philippine 211. Cost index today is 60. And initial cruise will be flight level 350. Let's go ahead and fetch the weather for our flight. Here it is. And the ground temperature will be 29 degrees, still a pretty warm night. Let's go ahead and tune into the ATIS. We are connected on the VATSIM network tonight. And there are controllers online.
Altimeter 1010.
In the meantime, let's go ahead and
Notices
follow
to
our
airmen.
flight plan.
Ensure transponder is on mode Charlie before push and start. Avoid radio checks. Pre-departure clearance available.
We will be departing
Advise
from runway
controller on
06
initial
via
contact
the
you have
vertical
information
runway
occur.
departure.
Advise on initial contact. You have
We will be
information
arriving
occur.
at Sydney. We will be planned to arrive on ILS
This is
34
Nino
left
Aquino
approach
International Airport
via
information
the
occur.
3 Alpha
Time
arrival.
1400 Zulu.
Let's check our flight plan.
Zulu. Arrivals expect RMP runway
Check
06
that
approach.
we have no
VOR
discontinuities.
approach runway 13. Departures expect runway 06 and runway 13. At 150 at 4. When variable
take some
between
time.
050 and 200. Visibility 10 kilometers or
Let's
more.
clear this discontinuity
Use
here.
clouds at 2,500.
Clear that.
Temperature 29er.
Okay.
2.24.
Looks good.
Altimeter 1010. Notices to airmen. Ensure transponder is on mode Charlie before push and start.
Let's go ahead and copy
radio
that to our
check.
active, copy our
Pre-departure
active flight plan
clearance
to our
available.
secondary.
Advise controller on initial contact. You have information
Check our radio
occur.
navigation is good.
Advise on initial contact.
And let's go
You
ahead
have
and
information occur.
initialize our init B.
This
According
is
to our
Nino
load sheet,
Aquino International
We
Airport
have a zero
information
fuel
occur.
weight of
Time
153.8 tons
1400 Zulu.
and a CG of 31.0.
Arrivals expect RMP runway 06 approach. VOR approach runway 13. Departures expect runway 06
And our block
and
fuel
runway
today
13.
is
When
49.66
150 at 4.
tons, which
Variable
translates to
between 050
49.7.
and 200. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Few clouds at 2,500.
Alright,
Temperature
Go ahead
29.
to our performance page.
2.24.
We'll definitely be using flaps
Altimeter
2.
1010.
There it
Notices
is.
to airmen. Ensure
V1 144,
on
VR
mode Charlie
144,
before
and
push
V2
and start.
150 knots.
Avoid radar
Flux temp
check.
will be 50 degrees.
Pre-departure clearance available. Advise controller on initial contact you have information occur. Advise
We're done
on
with our
initial
FCDU.
contact. You have
Let's go ahead and set up our
information occur.
FCU. Our QNH is 1010.
This is Nino Aquino International Airport information occur. Time 1400 Zulu. Zulu.
And for now, let's
Arrivals
leave
expect
our
RFP runway 06 approach.
altitude
VOR
alone,
approach runway 13.
and we will set that
Departures
once we
expect
receive our
runway 06
clearance.
and runway 13. Wind 150 at 4. Wind variable between 050 and 200. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Few clouds at 2,500.
Okay, let's go ahead and tune into center
2.24.
frequency.
Altimeter 1010. Notices to airmen. Ensure transponder is on mode Charlie before push and start.
There we go. That's Manila Center. We will contact them.
2404 landed.
And ask for our clearance.
Make 180 and next report run vacated.
Roger, make 180 next report and vacated the active 7404.
Manila Control, Philippine 211 Heavy, good evening.
Philippine 211, good evening, go ahead.
Philippine 211, we are at Manila, Terminal 1, Bay 10, Airbus A330, requesting IFR to Sydney, flight level 350 with information Oscar.
Philippine 211, cleared Sydney Airport, as filed. Delta 2 Romeo, climb flight level 350, squawk 6506.
Clear to Sydney via clear to Sydney as filed via Verde to Romeo departure. Flight level 350, squawking 6506, Philippine 211.
Philippine 211, read back correct. Spottic 167, report passing altitude.
Right, let's go. We have
2000
gotten our clearance.
Spottic 167,
Let's go ahead and
radar contact direct Verde, climb flight
squawk
level 210.
6506. And our flight plan is good.
Yeah, climb 210.
Let's climb all the way up to flight level 350. Oops, alright, 350.
KLM 219 for traffic spacing, reduce speed to 65 or less.
We are still refueling. We have only 29,000 kilograms. We have only 29 tons of fuel on board so far. We have to wait until we have completely refueled. So I'll be back once we are done. Alright, refueling is complete, boarding is complete. So before we continue, let's go ahead and close all the doors.
773 would like to resume normal speed at this time.
And let's go ahead and close the jetway. Disconnect the jetway, I mean. And everything's working in the background. Let's go ahead and use the assistance of our FS2 crew. It's an older version, but it's built for our aircraft. Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Please disconnect external power.
Roger, disconnecting the GPU.
And after we're done with our before start checks, you can go ahead and request for push and start. Check the overhead here, see everything's good.
771, Melby 3
Let's turn this
Papa,
off.
expect RNP 35.
Captain, the GPU is now disconnected.
Right, GPU's out. Let's
LB3
go ahead
Papa
and start.
RNP 0.
Getting ready.
RP35, Philippine 771.
Before start procedure.
Okay.
Before start checklist to the line.
Before start checklist, down to the line. Cockpit prep.
Completed.
Completed. Gears, pins, and covers.
Removed.
Signs.
KLM 219,
On.
reduce speed 250.
ADIRS.
Nav.
Fuel quantity.
49,660 kilograms.
KLM 219,
49,000 kilograms.
to 3,000 feet.
Takeoff data.
break
Set.
KLM 219,
Baro ref.
1010 set.
1010
break
set.
descend
Okay, before start
6,500.
checklist completed to the line.
Descend 6,500 for
Right.
JetBlue 3.
Let's go ahead and get our ground staff moving and connecting their tug. And in the meantime, we'll go ahead and ask for push and start.
Sputnik 167, expect runway 06.
Expecting 06, Sputnik 167.
Manila Control, Philippine 211 at Manila Terminal 1, Bay 10, requesting push and start.
Break KLM 219, continue, reduce speed 230.
Reduce speed 230 knots, that's one, and
KLM 9, descend 900,000.
Right?
descend 9,000 guns, one, and
Meantime, let's do our
Cool Red 773, descend
Before start checklist
4,000.
below the
Tonyo,
line.
clear and C04.
while our controller is busy.
Descend 4,000.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Before start checklist below the line.
Before start checklist, below the line. Windows and doors.
06, push and start approved. Sierra 5, face west.
Pushback approved, Sierra 5, face west,
Departure check
Philippine
completed.
211.
Bypass pin inserted.
Closed.
Closed. Beacon.
On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
Set.
Before start
Locking
checklist
gear.
complete.
Right. And let's go ahead and start engine 2.
Checked.
Start engine 2. Right, engine 2 is stabilized. Start engine 1.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
JetBlue 33, descend 3,000, cleared RMP approach 03.
Descend 3,000, cleared RNP approach 03 for JetBlue 33.
Right,
KLM 219, descend 5,000.
engine 1 is
101.
stabilized.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
KLM
After start
219,
procedure.
descend 5,000.
Check.
NH101.
descend 5,000.
Flaps 2.
101, that's one, and
Sputnik 167, when ready, descend 130.
Ready to someone 360.
Scooter 386, when ready, descend level 160.
And 160, when ready, Scooter 386.
Philippine 311, I for cancel, 946. Proceed up airways and to destination. 1228.
1228, thank you.
After start checklist.
Tow truck
Okay,
disconnected.
after
Bypass
start
and
checklist.
removed.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Left is clear, right is
Ecam
clear.
status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
1.5 units, no subset.
Rudder trim.
0.
After start checklist complete.
Flight controls checked.
Ready? Full up. Full down.
771, descend
Neutral.
10,000, negative image.
Full left.
Level 10,000, SoundBlasterX.
Full right. Neutral.
Rudder.
Full left. Full right. Neutral.
KLM 219, descend 4,000, Tony update RNT04.
Alright.
There's RMT04 Gangwala.
We are done. We are ready for taxi. So let's go ahead and get ourselves moving. Manila Control, Philippine 211, ready for taxi.
Philippine 211, runway 06, taxi Lima, Golf 9, Charlie, Hotel 2, hold short, runway 06.
Taxi runway 06 via Lima, Golf 9, Charlie, holding point Hotel 2, Philippine 211.
Philippine 211, hold short, runway 06.
Roger, hold short runway 06, Philippine 211. Okay, let's go. Listen to the howl of those Trent 700s. Simply beautiful. There's another A330 in front of us. I believe that's AI traffic.
Hello, control to the Sputnik 128 vehicle, the clearance to Clark flight level 3.
There's a 777, one of the gates there.
Philippine 771, descend 6,000.
6,000, 771.
Philippine 128, cleared Clark Airport.
Flight deck.
Nagado Delta, runway 05, climb flight level 300.
Okay, thanks for letting me know.
4271.
Captain, the captain is secure.
3 Clark Negative Bravo, runway 05, flight level 320, port 71, Sputnik 128.
Sputnik
Before takeoff checklist, to the line.
Nagado Delta.
Negative Delta.
Before
Sputnik
takeoff checklist, to the line.
Sputnik 128,
Before
Delta,
takeoff checklist, down the line. Flight controls,
Checked.
checked. Flight instruments,
Checked.
checked. Briefing,
Confirmed.
flap setting,
Config 2.
config 2. V1, VR, V2, flex
Control,
temp.
JetBlue 33 now on flight runway 03.
JetBlue 33, roger.
V1144, VR144,
Just
V2150.
safely confirm established final since you're storm.
Flex temp 50 degrees.
V1 is
Second, sir, sorry.
144.
established final.
V rotate
since
is
you're,
144. V2 is
sir.
150.
We're now on final.
And for the flex temp, we have 50 degrees. ATC.
Set.
ECAM memo.
Thank you, sir.
Protect 167 and 8000, negative PNH.
Takeoff no blue.
Before takeoff checklist complete, to the line.
4773, wind 070 at 7 knots, runway 04, dip.
04, we're at 773.
Manila Control, Philippine 211, holding short runway 06 at Hotel 2.
14211, runway 06, clear for takeoff, call airborne.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 06, will call when airborne, Philippine 211. Okay, let's go. Cabin crew seats for departure.
Packs are set to off.
Before takeoff checklist, below the line.
Before takeoff checklist, below the line. Cabin crew,
Advice,
TCAS,
TARA,
engine mode selector.
normal,
Packs.
off.
Okay, before takeoff checklist is complete.
I'm gonna ignore that aircraft. He is AI traffic. Okay, let's ramp up some power and then we will get on out of here. Takeoff.
Check.
Philippine 771, descend 4000.
10-4000, Philippine 771.
Protect 167, descend 3800, cleared on the approach 07.
Manflex 50, SRS runway, auto thrust blue.
Thrust set.
My cross through hello, Greenwich to 60, check.
Korea 626,
Okay, couple my friend, press
100 knots.
Check.
are you looking to cross to Incheon?
Korean Air 66, confirm aircraft type.
Boeing 7A is back.
Roger, stand by.
V1.
Roger.
Rotate.
Cruiser 386, descend 10,000, PNH 1011.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Roger, and expect RST runway 20.
Runway 20 for 336.
Korean Air 606, cleared calling Chun Airport. We are Cap 2 Romeo departure, Gala South, climb flight level 370, squawk 6501.
Gear up.
Autopilot 1.
Departure all day.
Autopilot 1 on.
Runway 06.
Cleared to Incheon departure on the 806 to Romeo departure, flight level 370, call 650, 167. Push it to
663,
Pack 1's coming
Roger,
on.
thank you.
Thrust climb.
Checked.
Manila Control, Philippine 211 airborne, passing 1,700 feet.
Philippine 211, identified climb flight level 350.
Climb flight level 350, Philippine 211.
Control,
Flaps 1.
Blue 3,
Flaps 1.
Turn on our first back here.
JetBlue 33, Indicate Bravo, activation.
Indicate Bravo, activation. Thank you, sir. Update that.
Flaps 0. Flap 0.
Flap 0.
Chorus
Pack 2 coming on.
Indicate via Delta. Correction via
After
Echo.
takeoff checklist to the line.
After takeoff checklist, down the line. Landing gear.
Up.
Flaps.
773,
Retracted.
continue check Delta
Packs.
from 131.
On.
After takeoff checklist completed, to the line.
There's one active and one neglected report.
Bye-bye. And up to 19 reach 101 classification with 0707 knots and within a budget land.
There's a man, there's a report as well.
So 3771, it's 3000, at the creek way down to 3000.
Nice view of Manila below us.
3000 and we're cleared on 335 to 771.
Some clouds covering the ground.
Click 1 to request push beacon.
At 128 from 05, push star 2, space Bravo, negative QH.
Click 1 to
Climbing up nicely. Just passing 6,500 feet here. So far, no other instructions other than to climb to flight level 350. So we will be following the standard instrument departure for now.
So they don't want to direct them. So they 211, cancel 6, direct them.
Cancel sit, fly direct Verde, Philippine 211. Okay. ATC gave us a shortcut, that's good. Flying all the way to Verde.
Korean Air 646, 109, runway 06, pushing part 2, stay south. QNH 1010.
QNH 1010, push out door 4, facing south, runway 06, clear 626.
Landing lights being switched off. We'll wait a while more before we switch off the fasten seatbelts.
Cooper 386, maintain 10,000, standby further.
Right, weather doesn't look very concerning right now.
So
I can turn it off. And once you reach our transition altitude of 11,000, you can go ahead and set our altimeter to standard.
Runway 35, clear for that, we can finish the response.
Okay, reached 11,000. Let's go ahead and set standard and perform our last checklist for now. After takeoff checklist, below the line.
After takeoff checklist, below the line. Aero-ref,
Standard set.
standard set. After takeoff checklist is complete.
Okay, say bye-bye to our co-pilot for now. We are climbing up nicely. Just passing flight level 134. We have been given a direct route to Berlin, which is nice. We are still in Philippine airspace, so we will stay on frequency for now until our controller goes offline, until we leave the airspace, which I will share here. It seems like the airspace is pretty empty today, so we might leave soon. Switch off our seatbelt signs. Give ourselves some light here. Not too much. Right, this should be good. Right? We're climbing nicely. Still have much ground to cover here, so sit back, relax, enjoy the flight, and I'll be right with you once we are closer to our destination. See ya. Hello, welcome back everyone. We are 7 hours and 5 minutes into our flight, and we are currently descending out of 10,500 feet. Let me set our altimeters real quick. Okay. So we are descending out of 10,000 feet. We have been cleared to the ILS approach, runway 16 right, by our dear friend up in the center. So we have ATC coverage all the way until we reach the ground. There is tower once we reach the airport. Right now we are cleared to ILS approach, runway 16 right. We are descending via the Bori 3 Papa RNAV arrival. I mean, right now we are at waypoint Bori, and we'll be landing via the ILS
Flight
approach.
level 100.
Runway 16 right. And we've just passed 10,000 feet. Landing lights are on and the seatbelts have come on as well. So far, the flight has been pretty good. Earlier in the flight, we had to deviate for some weather, but other than that, the flight was pretty uneventful. And a few instances of clear air turbulence were definitely some things that made the flight exciting. Other than that, the flight was uneventful. And we're now arriving at our destination. Airspace up here is pretty empty so far. I think it's only me and another arriving aircraft, and some departing traffic as well. Can't wait to land. Go ahead and activate our LS. Go ahead and check our ILS DME frequency here, which is India Kilo Sierra. Let's go ahead and fill that up. It's already there, but let's do it just in case. 109.5. And our course is 155 degrees. And once we have aligned ourselves with the runway, we can activate the approach mode, as we've been cleared to the ILS, and we'll report once we're established. And we can expect to be transferred over to tower frequency. We have a slight tailwind arriving to the airport. The winds right now is 260 degrees at 5 knots. But it's something we can manage pretty easily.
Flight deck. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Captain, the cabin is secure.
Alright, cabin is ready. We can activate our approach mode soon, and we can also activate our approach phase. Let's go ahead and perform the approach checklist. Approach checklist.
Okay, approach checklist. Briefing.
Confirmed.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Seatbelts.
On.
Baro ref.
1018 set.
1018 set. MDA DH.
203 feet set.
Velocity 638, request air stop clearance.
203 feet set. Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Alright, approach checklist is complete.
Let's go ahead and activate our approach mode so that we can establish ourselves the localizer first.
Correction, clear though. Resi 8
1,000 to go.
arrival, runway 35. When ready, descend part level 1.
We're now established on the localizer.
CB
Off
Resi
runway
8 up
16 right.
arrival for runway 35 and room ready BCN 130, Golf 2648.
And once we have intercepted the glide slope as well, we will then inform control. And I presume we will be transferred over to tower. We will be momentarily slowing down to a speed of 185 knots initially. Alright, we have
2,500.
passed the clouds. And we're now slowing down to 185 knots. Slowing down nicely, and we can also release our first notch of flap soon.
Velocity 648. Are we doing the ILS 435 or the RNAV?
That'll be class Golf, so that can be your decision.
Where's that? Velocity 648.
Once we reach the green dot speed, we can then set our flaps 1. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Still pretty cloudy, so quite a bit of clouds we need to descend below. That'll be no problem, we have our instruments for a reason. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Right about to intercept the glide slope soon. Brisbane Control, Philippine 211, established on the ILS, runway 16 right, Sydney.
Philippine 211, connect me 129 a decimal right, runway 16 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 16 right, Philippine 211.
2,500.
Alright, we are cleared to land. That's nice. Still can't see the runway though. Gear down. Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Flaps full.
Speed checked. Flaps full. Cabin crew seats for landing.
Landing checklist.
Okay, landing checklist. Cabin crew.
Advised.
Auto thrust.
Speed.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist complete.
Alright, here we go. Nothing left to do but land.
1000.
Stabilized.
$1,000.
$500. $400.
Land.
Checked.
100 above. 300.
100 above.
Minimum. 200.
Continue.
Checked. Minimum.
100.
Glide.
70. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 10. 5.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel. $70 knots.
Right, welcome to Sydney, everybody.
Philippine 211 Taxi Alpha, cross runway 25 Golf to the Bay. G'day.
Taxi via Alpha and cross runway 25 and via Golf to Bay of Choice. Thank you very much, Philippine 211. Okay to clean up. Okay to clean up. Okay to clean up. After landing checklist.
After landing checklist. Okay, after landing checklist is complete.
Pretty happy with that landing. I mean, the weather is pretty calm. And we are gonna ignore that random AI traffic on the runway taking off from the wrong side. Let's go ahead and call up our gate.
The requested position is already assigned to another aircraft.
Yep, let's go ahead and choose that anyway.
Velocity 648, clear for the descent.
Velocity 648, clear to leave control area on descent. No reported IFR traffic there, QNH 1020. Report on the ground to cancel power watch.
Please leave the airspace, and we will call you to room on the ground. Velocity 648.
Resetting our AI traffic here, so hopefully our gate will be freed up. And we will taxi via Gulf to our bay. Gulf is right on this taxiway. Let's come to a stop here first and see where our gate is. Gate 36.
The requested position is already assigned to another aircraft.
Let's go ahead and disable our traffic first so that we can actually park.
All stations almost 10 an hour, flying command unit on 122 decimal 8, good day.
122 decimal 8, good day.
Hi.
I won't bother. You know what, let's go ahead and set. And there's our gate off to the right side. Slowly pull into the ramp. Oh, there was gate 36. I couldn't find it in the charts. Or maybe I'm blind. Alright, let's slow down here. Welcome to Sydney. Let's go ahead. APU is running. And let's go ahead
We
and
need to stop the engines to request ground services.
let's go ahead and switch off our engines. And let's go ahead and start the boarding.
The boarding requested.
Once the doors open, we can go ahead and switch off our seatbelt signs.
Cockpit from ground.
Go ahead.
Okay, the chocks are in and you can release the brakes.
We won't be doing that so that our GSX won't come screaming at us. Alright, let's go ahead and switch off our seatbelt signs and our beacon lights for now. And seatbelts.
Passengers, the boarding starting.
Parking checklist.
Okay, here's the parking checklist. APU bleed.
On.
Engines.
Off.
Seatbelts.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Off.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking brake and chocks.
Set.
Parking checklist is complete.
Alright everyone, welcome to Sydney. We have arrived at the airport successfully. Our flight time took us 7 hours and 20 minutes, which is right on schedule. And we've arrived safely, and has overall been an uneventful flight. I enjoyed this flight. This is my first medium to long haul flight with this aircraft, and I can't wait to get more opportunities to fly this aircraft. Thanks for staying with me throughout this flight. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next full flight. Aviation signing off. Goodbye.